Hello Twin Flames, this is Victoria and I'm here with your daily energy check. Today we're going to focus on divine masculine energy, and this is going to be a deeper dive DM check-in. Thank you for being with me, thank you for joining me. Let's get started, and as always I'm going to start with an oracle deck, and because we have a lot of feminines watching, I will pull a card for the feminines as well. In fact, that will be the first card, and then we'll get on with the reading. Today it will be a little bit different set of questions. So instead of going through 5D, 4D, 3D space for the masculines, we're going to look at what are the lessons in this karmic cycle that masculines are learning, what are they missing about their ideas, and what is the outcome in this cycle for the connection. Okay, so for feminines we have Imagine, number 20. So you need to be more specific about the vision of your union and what are the must-haves, what are the aspects of your life that are important to you, or you see important when you two are together. And it may seem a little far-fetched, especially since we like to say that the loyal heart card on the bottom of the deck, we like to say that we shouldn't have expectations on the journey, but this is essentially a big part of manifestation, because we know that for quite a while DM is not gonna be in that place where they can give you what you want anyway, right? That's part of their process and the lessons that they're learning, different kinds of transformations, right? And it takes a while. It's gonna take lots of energy from them too, but if you don't really know what is it that you want, it's gonna be so much harder for them to get to the place where they're ready for you, right? So you can treat it that way, that it's important to understand it for yourself first of all, so when you have it with them or with a soulmate, in case you're with someone else for now, to appreciate it, right? And to know what to expect. And even at the time when you're maybe not 100% there with all the requirements matching, or your must-haves being there, at least you'll be able to share that with your DM. So it's not gonna be like, I'm not in a good place and like this is not working out. Imagine when you say it to a person in any relationship, right? And they're like, what does that mean? I'd like more information. I mean, sometimes it's very obvious, but sometimes, and those times are like the majority of times, where it's hard for us to pinpoint what exactly is wrong. We feel uncomfortable or upset or angry, but it's harder to pinpoint what exactly is wrong, right? And then when you can say, okay, so this is one of my expectations and you're not giving me that, and that's really important for me, so, right? Like at least they will know, aha, okay, this is important. So they will know what to work on, or, how to change the mindset. We have Mending for the masculines. Mending is a very interesting card. Let me see here. I mean, it's a lot about healing, of course, and I immediately am drawn to the children here. So to me, this is doing the inner child work, which is beautiful. Each time we're hurt and allow the hurt to pass through us without understanding or integration, we accumulate an unwanted burden. This keeps us chained to the very things we need to heal. The pain, the memories, the echoes of resentments, and the arguments that we rehearse over and over. Now is the time for mending rifts, healing wounds, and letting go of the old hurts in order to reclaim your power. Now is the time to forgive, to release, to make peace, and to make amends to others. Set yourself free. Yeah, and it's very important to forgive others and also to forgive yourself. And yes, if you can mend fences with people, like have an actual conversations, that's always the best. But if you can't, at least you should have that closure and that peace of mind for yourself to be able to start with a fresh slate. Now I know why I was supposed to do this reading a couple of days before, because of the full moon in Virgo energy, right? Which is about healing and about release, forgiveness, and starting from fresh slate. Okay, so the first question is going to be what lessons are masculines learning in this cycle. The second one, we have 4 Wands, 2 of Swords, and the Hermit. Virgo energy again. And it has, like, there is a full moon here too, in 2 of Swords. The next question is, what are they missing about Diaz? The Sun, 7 of Pentacles, and 7 of Wands. Wow. The way Diaz show up, it's pretty cool. And then what is the outcome of this cycle? 8 of Swords, Knight of Swords, 8 of Pentacles. Okay, we're going to talk about that. Queen of Cups at the bottom of the deck. We will pull messages at the end from masculines to feminines from this little deck. All right. Focus watchers, so stick around. So for the lessons that they're learning, I'm getting for a lot of them, it's having the courage to, like, these are essentially, like, this item, this part of the spread is what is happening. It's not like what may happen. This is like the knowledge that they already got and they're getting right now as we speak, right? They're learning about partnership. They're learning who they are by themselves, right? We just spoke about that healing of old wounds and closures and forgiveness. And that's needed to stop being stuck in like this, I'm not sure I should do it, right? Like in this constant inner dialogue and battle of like, which way should I go, and essentially not moving anywhere at all, right? And this in turn is teaching them then what the good healthy partnerships are, and especially when we're going through healing and forgiveness. That's when we can see a lot more, like if we're doing it honestly, truly, not just to check the box, not just to get somebody back into our life, like, but we really want that healing to happen, right? That naturally takes us to more understanding of what happened, why it happened, like what was the issue there, what was a misunderstanding, or where was the manipulation or toxicity, or whatever it was, right? So that helps understand what does healthy look like then, right? And what, like, I like that in this deck they are setting things up, right? Like, to me it immediately speaks about the foundation, right? Like, you can then lay healthy foundation for building relationships with others when you understand better what are your strengths, what are your needs, and also what are the weaknesses, or like what does unhealthy look like. And then from there you can see, or you can start asking questions, what does healthy look like, right? Like, that relationship or that conversation didn't work out, why? And then what would a good conversation be like? Like, how could have we resolved our differences in a better way? What are they missing about the feminines? Oh, I love this so much. We have the Sun and sevens, 7 of Pentacles, 7 of Wands. Sevens are about like showing up, showing your energy, showing who you are. So the Sun is pretty self-explanatory, I think, and I love that there is like a couple here, there's a little dog as well. So this is like the quintessential happiness and healing, by the way, because Sun is also the energy of healing. They are realizing, especially those who are in full separation, of how healing that presence was, of like mere presence of the feminines. You know, like the Sun doesn't really do anything extra, right? It's just there, and it's already working magic for us, right? It was like that was the feminine, and they didn't really truly appreciate it. They didn't realize how much of that sunshine it brought to their life, and they're missing it now, like that default immediate source of sunshine. And the sevens are the qualities that the feminine has, or being unapologetically themselves and just showing up in public like, this is who I am, this is what my plan is, you can go along or you can mind your business, it's up to you. That sort of conversation. And not to say that the plans cannot be adjusted, right? But it's like, and yeah, I mean, just as a kind of a side note, of course there are pros and cons to like planning things, But this is not to the extent that it's like nitty-gritty and then yes, everybody has to follow my plan. This is more like I know what I'm doing and why. This is like that conscious decision, right? Like I'm going there because XYZ. I'm making this for dinner because ABC, right? Like understanding why, having that clarity, and like even the relationships, like this is working for me because this is not working for me because, like that understanding. I feel like that's the most of this Seven of Pentacles energy. And the outcome of this cycle, possible outcome, yeah, the Knight of Swords and Eight of Swords here, and the Eight of Pentacles here. So this is understanding where the blockages have been and what needs to be said and done to move away from this internal prison that they've put themselves into, right? Like, and maybe they were already understood that that's not great, that's not healthy, and something has to change. But until now, it's all been like trials and tribulations, and they experimented with some moves, but it wasn't really that great, right? But at the end of the cycle, there's a much better understanding of what communication should be and what they need to do, what they need to work on to change this for the better, to bring practical changes, positive changes into their life, into their emotional well-being, and into the way that they're making decisions. Okay, now we're gonna get some messages from masculines to feminines. This is to see what's in their heart and mind right now. This is more about the karmic life, and well, anyway, this is about things that they may not want to say out loud. May not be ready at this time, but this is our opportunity to hear them. What would masculines like to share with their feminines at this time? We have, I never meant to hurt you. For some reason, I'm remembering the song of Eminem. I never meant to hurt you. I never meant to make you cry, but tonight you're sleeping. I don't even remember what was the name of the song. I'll need to find it. It's from an old album for sure. I hate how long it's been since I've seen you. Anything else? I need to love me first, then I can love you. Yeah, that's exactly what I was talking about with this Hermit, Two of Swords, and Four Wands. The lessons. Oops. That was unexpected. Sorry, guys. Well, we're almost done. I don't know why it happened. So anyways, like this was what I was saying the lessons are. Like they're learning about themselves, and that helps them build foundation for relationships. I need to love me first, then I can love you. And they miss you and they're sorry for hurting you. And that's part of that forgiveness streak that they're on. Okay, so even if they are not in touch, for those who are watching on the feminine side, even if they're not in touch and they're not actually apologizing, that's the energy they're in. And yeah, maybe it's just they're not ready for that move yet, depending on where the two of you are, but they really would love to ask for your forgiveness and to be in that space, in a better space where you know that they didn't really mean it. All right, I think I'm gonna leave it here. Thank you so much, everyone, for joining me today. I love you guys, and I'll be back with more readings very, very soon. I've started uploading the March readings on my other channel, so make sure you check that out. Mindful Bamboo is the name. There's a handle in the description box. And of course, if you like this, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. I love you all.